I'ma just say this though, and I've never really talked about it because I don't really give a fuck. I don't watch Destiny's Mental Mondays because the times I have watched it, she doesn't really add anything.
In the show,
It often feels like the therapist is always talking and Destiny is not really talking. If y'all don't mind, can I speed through this a little bit and see if we can find a moment?
Her experiences on the show. There are some experiences that honestly we probably won't talk about because some experiences aren't relevant, so we won't talk about it. So also manage your expectations there. We don't go over everything, especially if it's not helpful.
Okay, so basically you letting us know that there's not going to be a lot of accountability going on.
Symmetry. She said, I'm not timing you out, I'm putting you out.
Okay, and yeah, that's the other thing. Our minds kind of don't play over here. They're kind of they don't play. Maybe
get on Cassie Brown.
We want you to disclaimer. Let me just say something because I have to keep repeating it because once I say it once, I have to keep saying it. I've already disclosed that I am a therapist. And so here's what I do want you to know. While I am a therapist, I am not serving in that role here. I'm not here to diagnose anybody. There will be no individualized treatment over here. That's not what we're doing. I am definitely here in the role of a life coach. I'm the therapist, the theologian, and the thug. Okay, all three things. And sometimes I speak from all of those places. I'll tell you when I'm speaking from those different places. So that's pretty much it for me. I do want to put that out there. All right.
I will give some of our people, some of our mods, and people that are a part of the tribe that haven't made mods yet. If you see someone that you know is a part of our tribe, that we made.
I know we got our regular tribe.
Okay. Ooh, I'm like, wait a minute.
So the first half of this video is y'all reminding the moderators to be careful and not block everybody that's gonna feel like what she did was fucked up.
I don't think that people would naturally stay in some of these situations, but folks have been incentivized, I will say that, to stay in some situations. And you do have to look at the relationships shift, and you have to look at them change under the circumstances of the experiment. And sometimes the disappointment of it is real. I mean,
and you're processing it in a moment. And it's like Tracy, I think it was Tracy, somebody said, why do I think it's a common thing that I'm not open? Is that where, I don't know if you had a second level, third level question to what I just said before I skip to another subject.
I forgot what I was saying.
Again,
that you have to understand, and they said, I know public record shows my age, my whatever. Listen, y'all, in the moment, I have to be real transparent with y'all. I've been singing since I was 11 years old, and I've been acting for the last 13 years as a manager for my music career, manager for my agent. You never tell your age because you don't want to be typecast. So I think I was really taken aback that she decided that was a moment that she wanted to have with me, and that's what she chose. So I'm like, yeah, no, like it ain't none of y'all business, and that's just from my training. I don't care if I look damn good.
I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't realize that Destiny was so much of an actress that she can't tell you her real age because then she'll get typecast. Has Destiny been in any Tubi movies I haven't seen?
I could be 52. Like, who cares? But at the end of the day, I was kind of caught off guard. Like, what is that? And I don't even remember telling you. I don't tell anybody. Yeah.
Why are you caught off guard by somebody asking you your age?
I don't tell anybody. But that's just the reality of it. And it was a moment that I had. People say what they want to say, and I'm a liar. All that, whatever. It's a lot of women. I don't even know how old my grandmother is. She raised me since I was a kid. It's a lot of women like that. I just think that was a minute moment that people were trying to make bigger than what it was. And it is what it is. I said what I said, and I'm still just grown. Yeah. It's a lot of y'all in here. Wait a minute. I just said, Bree, hold on.
Where do it just becomes like, even with the whole Martell situation, I'm over that whole battle. So after this reunion and everything that has taken place, do you feel like now that you actually, I love the way you express yourself, your face expressions, oh my God, I live for them, because that Kevin Hart video was right on point. Like your face expressions, the one that I sent you on Instagram.
Honestly and truthfully, if y'all only know what I hold back. I think I was trying to keep my cool, stay poised.
Apparently, the shit that you hold back is not anything that Mel has done to you.
Through a lot of the things that were coming, things that in my mind thought I was prepared for, or was prepared for, and then some things that it was just like you get to a point where you're just like fed up. And I'm only human. Like at the end of the day, I'm only a human. I'm only a human being. Mm-hmm. And I don't feel like it's.
So what were you fed up with exactly? What were you fed up with?
Anything that I need to get off my chest. There's some things that I felt like. Some things I felt like needed to be said, some things that I just felt like came out of passion and, just frustration. But candid chaos said, why not spill it? Because that's just not my nature. I mean, contrary to popular belief, it's just really not my nature. Like my nature is not to just go and pull out everybody's skeletons. It's not my nature.
But that's what you did. That's what you did. And it's not the first time that you've done it.
I really had to be pushed into a corner. When I come out swinging, I won't flood. And that's what I'm working on. I'm working on that. And being human is not a crutch, but being human is reality. It's reality. Mm-hmm. And that's what we are supposed to be working in reality TV. And you get the reality of parts of me. And I don't think that I am like completely shed. I think in this environment, I'm always guarded because of what I've had to experience. Yeah, Margaret, you must have not got the disclaimer, but let's go ahead and see you. Bye-bye. Yeah.
And so that's humanity. Everybody operates in their humanity, and it's funny how we could be. In this sector, there's this reductive thing we do to people. Like we make something somebody else's identity, but when you talk about something, when somebody else talks about their own situation, they want you to have the full context of everything that's going on. That's just human nature. People already know. I'm trying to, gosh, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. But here's what I would say. I would say part of human nature is that we want people to understand our intentions, but then we want to hold people to the letter of the law when it comes when you're coming against them, you know. And I see that so much in this sector. And one of the things that I do like about our tribe is that we can't come in and say, that was, I don't like the way that rolled
It
out.
don't feel that way. It don't feel that way. Y'all blocking people left and right. It don't feel that way. And I block people too, but damn.
You know, you ain't hear me answer that question. Okay, wait, let me see.
No,
Did I
because
answer all of it?
What?
Yeah, so
the gym. And a lot of prayer, a lot of God, like a lot of prayer, a lot of God. And I'm not just saying that because people think that's the thing that people go to, but
No, that is the thing that people go to, and that is why you're saying it. Shut up.
it's just reality. Like the things that I carry in life in general, on top of this show, which in itself is a lot. You just need a lot of prayer. You need a lot of God, a lot of God.
yeah, it's
Regular
sometimes.
massages, regular massages.
So okay, Ms. Bree, I see you back up. Was there a part 2 to your question? Did you have another question?
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, did you even answer my question? I don't remember. I'm too busy reading your chat.
You have been. I see. No, let me not even say that. If I say, I see what time you get on. You ain't hear me answer that question. Okay, wait. Let me see.
No,
Did I
because
answer
I'm
all of it?
What? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I'm too busy focusing this chat. Let me just not look at the chat because I'll be ready to get with some people.
No.
But yeah, I think I answered it. You said, do I feel like I got weight off my chest? And I said the things I needed to say and all that good stuff. And I answered that. Yeah.
Okay. That's really it. They want me to come up.
You're not going to change those people's minds.
The A, B word that I haven't witnessed or experienced or been through. So when you attack a woman or man, but you know, coming as a woman's point of view, that don't sit right with me. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say something. I'm going to correct you, regardless of how you feel about a person. First of all, nobody knows her. That's
Right.
out here commenting. So if you don't know,
I think that can go the same way for Mel. Like, why are y'all not seeing how wrong that was for her to say that?
Got you. Okay, we'll do that. If she can come back a little bit more respectful, then maybe we can have a conversation.
Yeah. We don't want to push somebody up to the front. That's, you know, got that behavior. So is there other people in our tribe?
Plenty.
Okay, let's bring them up.
I can put some socks on my feet, though.
Hello.
Hey, Sabra.
I could
Is this a recap or are y'all just having a circle jerk?
understand why. If I were you, Destiny, I would be a little bit disappointed in Nell. That ageism behavior, but having Miss Nell knows what your situation is.
Not y'all making it seem like this age thing is a big deal. Talking about they blew it out of proportion. Why are we still talking about it then?
You people reside. That wasn't meant very well, and it probably in my life when you had the opportunity to take your ill-gotten man and take him off into.
please don't let this girl come from Birmingham to us kids.
Oh man, wow! I'm realizing how tame you and I are. I do want to clear something up. Lance is not a grandfather.
He's not.
He's not a grandfather. So yeah, let's because I don't want to put out misinformation on our page.
He's not a grandfather.
Yeah. So
Sassy Divine, is that a new person? Have you seen that name? Hey, I'm sorry, Sassy. I know you want to come up, but I want to make sure that we know who that is. Y'all know who Sassy Divine is?
And forgive us if you've been a part of the tribe and we missed it. Please forgive us. We just can't take any chances right now. We can't take any chances right now because our tribe. We know our tribe knows. Like, you can't get up here and go too far. We can't take any chances with new people. So
I said no.
Forgive.
I said no.
Yeah, forgive us.
I said no.
Yeah. All right.
So Butterfly's coming to the stage. Are you ready? We need to break ourselves.
Okay, come on, Butterfly.
No, hi, y'all don't have to brace yourself.
Okay, all right.
You gotta break me. We know how.
I know I do it. I told y'all. Listen, I tell y'all, I keep my coop over here, and then you come on down to Butterfly's corner, then it's a whole different ball game. You see what I'm saying? But I'm in somebody else's home. So I'm always be respectful. I just want to come and let you know that I love you.
We can all agree with that.
Don't say my name. Yeah, don't at me. Don't say my name. Because I'll be in T-chat. I'll be in their TV like I'm putting you on timeout. I know.
Okay. So, all right.
That's all I have to say. So,
all right.
Okie dokie. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All righty. So is Sassy Divine still in? Because it's not like people vouch for her. We can all agree with that. You get no argument from us. You get no argument from me. You get no argument.
Hold on. What we get no argument about?
Sassy Divine still in? Because it's not like people vouch for her.
I don't know. Are you still there, Sassy?
So I know there's a lot of questions coming up about the grooming. And I understand, like, our tribe, I don't
say tribe one more fucking time.
I don't think it's wise to build a channel around talking about somebody else. I don't think it's wise to do that. Are there issues that have to be addressed head on? Absolutely. And I think we have to be careful about how we address that. If you go back to our last live, one of the last things that we said, and I think everybody unanimously, no matter what side of the aisle you stand on, no matter where you fall in the situation, I think everybody would agree that that it would not be okay to insinuate that somebody did something illegal when they did not. I think we can all agree with that. You get no argument from us. You get no argument from me.
But y'all don't want to have the conversation. How are you going to say you get no argument from me or from us that is wrong to make it seem like somebody was doing something illegal when they weren't? When essentially that is what she was trying to insinuate.
You get no argument from Destiny. None. We already volunteered that. And as far as, and I know there was quite a few questions about defamation lawsuits. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really not worried about that over here. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not worried about a defamation lawsuit, because in order to have a defamation lawsuit, somebody's got to tell a lie. Now, I don't like the word. I think there was a better word to use. I do. I think there was a better word to use.
So basically, she did not lie about anything Mel did. However, the insinuation that you were being groomed was the wrong word. How is that not also a lie, though? You know you were using a word in order to get a certain reaction. She's always, I feel like, trying to shame Mel or punish Mel or say something in order to get the public to go after Mel. That's what I feel like she does all the time. She did the same shit when she was like, oh, you were trying to teach the other girl how to cheat. She knew what that would do.
I think if you look at the word, it has a range. It can mean anything from trying to prepare a person. I mean, the average lawyer can pick up a dictionary and look at the range of what the words mean. It can mean anything from prep, try to influence, all the way up to the legal aspect, which is grooming a minor. It can mean those things. And so the thing that we both said, nobody had to prompt anybody. The thing that has already been said was that you don't want to leave any kind of impression like that out there whatsoever.
At the end of the day, and thank you for saying that, coercion, whether she said grooming or coercion, it would still come off as assault, because coercion is still considered assault.
Ever. The issue that I had is not that it came up. The issue that I have is that
y'all see,
open the
right?
barn, let all the horses out. And
Destiny ain't talking.
And there was no context to support that word. It was just thrown out there under this climate. And I feel like, and this is me speaking to it because I feel like people in the chat.
Why are you saying it like you wasn't the one that said it? Talking about it was just thrown out there with no context. Girl, you gave examples.
That they want to talk about it. Mm-hmm. And there's a connotation to, I don't even say a connotation, there's a level to that right now at this specific moment with that sweet baby in Detroit. That's a level to it. And I think, and then you got the Diddy situation, you got all those things. And when I said it, my thought process was trying to see if somebody was down, preparing somebody for, what you were interested in. That was my thought process. And I even gave more examples. I don't know if they make it. I mean, since that's deleted and it leaked or whatever, I don't know if that's going to even be shown, but I gave more examples to what I had experienced. I've never been around people that didn't want to engage in those acts that asked me. I have another woman ask me, what's my favorite position? Like, let's just keep it a buck. Like, I'm not asking somebody that or somebody not asking me that. If they're not interested in my sexual.
Well, something's wrong with you, Destiny, because people have conversations where they ask each other about what they like in sex, and that does not mean they want to have sex with them. Me and my homegirl will have conversations about shit like that all the time. That doesn't mean we want to fuck. That we'll talk about sex. Like, that doesn't mean that we want to fuck each other because we talk about what we like or what we enjoy or what we don't like when it comes to sex.
Life, like they're not interested in it. So for me, that's where I was. That's where I was when I said it. I said solicit too. I said a couple things, and that landed because that's a word that, like I said, the climate for that right now is super high. And I agree with
your recognition of the fact that that was a buzzword showcases why you used it. Don't fucking act like, oh, it's a buzzword and that's why you used it, because you knew that that's what people would think about, and that is not what happened to you, bitch. Make me knock my glasses off. That's not what happened to you.
With Dion, like I would never want to put out that somebody was doing something illegal. That's not what I was saying, because grooming doesn't, as an adult, you can't really, it doesn't apply to a minor. It's not the same connotation. And so when I was saying that, I could have been more clear with preparing somebody. And really just to see if they're down to be a freak. It's okay if that's your thing. Because let me have a real transparent moment with y'all. Like, I've been there, done that, got a t-shirt. Like, I had a threesome before in my life, in college days. I just got a t-shirt and didn't need another one. So when people are like, oh, you're trying to act like you were being groomed and you act like you were scared, and why were you still around these people? Because I wasn't. Like, I wasn't scared because it wasn't.
But you said you were nervous on stage. On stage, you laughingly looked at Martell and said, oh, I was nervous. I was nervous to come over there. I didn't know what was going to happen. You insinuated all of those things. And now you up here telling us that that's not what you meant.
An illegal thing to me. It was just like, okay, they might be a little freaky, so I have to tell them no, whatever the case may be. And people say, and it was another very good question, why did you stay tonight?
Hold on to that, because we want to see what they show. But I think there are fair questions. If you ask, why did you stay tonight? That's a fair question. Don't y'all think that question should be answered? I think it should be answered.
I agree.
So why did you stop her from answering it? Girl, what the fuck is going on with these two, Dodo? Girl.
I used the right word, wrong timing.
Yeah, and so
before she said wrong word, now she used the right word in the wrong time. Girl, I need them to keep the lies up, girl. I think they need to just pause, write the lie down, and then come back to us with it. Because y'all keep rewriting what y'all saying, even as y'all saying it.
I think there was,
I could have used a better word.
I think
I could have used a better word. And this is what Mental Monday is about. I'm owning my ish. I could have used a better word. But in the moment, what I was trying to convey was preparing. It's like when you groom yourself, you groom a dog, you're getting prepared for something. I'm not going to have conversations, like I said, in that moment that leads to certain things if I'm not trying to lead somebody there. If I'm not trying to prepare them to go this way. So that's what I was trying to convey. And in a moment of passion and frustration, that's where I went.
Yeah.
And everybody that keeps.
So you're basically saying that because you and Mel may have had conversations about sex, she and Martell were trying to groom you, yet you still continue to spend time and be alone with Martell.
He's coming over here talking about people suing and all that other stuff. Again,
I just honestly, I mean, do what you do in a court of public opinion. You have no control over. You just tell the truth about what your experience is, and then you don't have any control over what happens in the court of public opinion. You don't have any.
What about the court of law? Because you just said you're not worrying about it, right? You're not worrying about it.
Choice about how it's rolled out. You don't have a choice about those things, and I think that's why you'll see other cast members. If you're wondering,
oh wow,
why don't they talk more openly? Why don't they say more stuff? Because people be like, you can't control the edit. You don't know what they're going to do with it. And to be honest with you, this wasn't even the thing that she and I, when we were talking, this wasn't even the thing we were talking about. Like we were talking about, hey, do you think that thing might went too far? This isn't even the thing we were talking about.
Then what were
the other thing, which we don't know if they show or not, will absolutely bring clarity. The reason why I don't think there will be a lawsuit, I'll just tell you why I don't think there will be a lawsuit. Because you have to defame somebody's character. There's something about revealing somebody's character that can be uncomfortable, but it's not the same thing as defamation. It's not the same thing. And if you look at the context in which it was said.
So you're basically saying because you used word jumble or whatever the fuck, just jumbled words together, you were saying it, but you're not really insinuating it. Because to me, I feel like revealing that somebody sucked their husband's dick is not the same thing as saying they were trying to groom me for a threesome. Those are not the same thing. Those are not the same thing. To me, you did disparage her character when you insinuated that she was trying to coerce you into doing something you didn't want to do. I was nervous about going over to her house. Are y'all okay?
And how she rolled it out. If she was just trying to be frivolous in her claim and say, yeah, why wouldn't you just go all the way? Why wouldn't you just say, yeah, those people tried to do something to me? That's not at all what she said. When she was asked, she said, no, they didn't try it.
No, they didn't say it.
They didn't say it.
Right. They didn't know. He said, well, did they ask you? And I said, they didn't say it. They didn't. Hey, you have threesome. That wasn't how it came out. It was just a lot of conversations and energies. And A144 says she's experienced, I think that's experienced it. People trying to solicit a groomer for threesomes, and she knows how that can be, whatever, uncomfortable. But at the same time, I was very honest. I could have been like, if I'm lying, yep, they did. Yep, they said, yeah, let's go to the room right now. I didn't say that because that's not how it happened. But people can't minimize my experience and what I felt. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
Cannot.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. We can absolutely minimize your experience because you just minimized it. Let's run it back.
Character. There's something about revealing somebody's character that can be uncomfortable, but it's not the same thing as defamation. It's not the same thing. And if you look at the context in which it was said and how she rolled it out, if she was just trying to be frivolous in her claim and say, yeah, why wouldn't you just go all the way? Why wouldn't you just say, yeah, those people tried to do something to me? That's not at all what she said. When she was asked, she said, no, they didn't try it.
No, they didn't say it.
They didn't say it.
Right. And now he said, well, did they ask you? And I said,
She's saying they didn't say it, but they tried it.
they didn't say it. They didn't. Hey, you have threesome. That wasn't how it came out. It was just a lot of conversations and energies. And A144 says she's experienced, I think that's experienced it. People trying to solicit a groomer for threesomes, and she knows how that can be, whatever, uncomfortable. But at the same time, I was very honest. I could have been like, if I'm lying, yep, they did. Yep, they said, yeah, let's go to the room right now. I didn't say that because that's not how it happened. But people can't minimize my experience and what I felt. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
You cannot.
So defamation.
You weren't uncomfortable. You said you weren't uncomfortable. You said that you had a threesome before. So what experience are you talking about?
Character means,
and it only came out because I was being defamed by saying I'm sleeping with somebody. And I'm like, why are you doing this? And I've asked multiple times. I've addressed it to that person head on. It's not true. You know it's not true.
Okay, so let's get this straight. Are you telling us that because Mel said that you were fucking Martell, and you would have to tell me when Mel actually said that? Mel has never said it. She said, I can't put it past you. And I would say the same thing. The fuck? I don't know what y'all do when I'm not around. Whatever. You're trying to make it seem like Mel was putting it out there that you were fucking Martell. And so you responded by saying that she and Martell wanted to groom you. That's the response to that. I'm not fucking Martell, but you wanted to fuck me and Martell. Girl, what? Girl, what?
Because if it was a thing, then I would have just got down when the energy was being thrown out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm not being clear.
Yeah.
No, you're being clear. To me, you're being very clear, but you still sound dumb. You still sound dumb because if you really felt like they were trying to coerce you, You really felt like you were nervous to be at their house. Why are you still cool with Martell? He's the one with the dick. If y'all were going to have a threesome, he's the one that was going to be doing the poking. So can you please explain to me why you have this energy for Mel, but you don't have this energy for Martell? Oh, because Martell didn't help us along the way of thinking that you might be fucking him. Like when he jokes about your son looking like him. When he says, oh, don't drink the INS wine because you might get pregnant. When he says, oh, you and your little boyfriend, because don't say nothing about me and you, and then stops himself. There were a few times where Martell has absolutely insinuated that he fucked you. But somehow it's only being put on Mel. Is that correct? I just want to understand.
But the thing is, you're never going to be clear enough for people who already have their minds made up about what it means. You're never going to be clear enough for people who fill in the blanks. You're never going to be clear enough for that.
And I'm gonna share a lot more. Y'all do know that I've been pursuing music since I was 11 years old. So I've been in studios. I've had this energy before, and some of it has been crazy, but it wasn't even like that. That's why I wasn't afraid. Like, oh my God, it's here.
Again, just saying it. I've been in these situations before, so it wasn't like that, and I wasn't even really scared like that. Then why did you bring it up as if the situation made you uncomfortable and you were being coerced into something sexual that you weren't comfortable with? Why are you saying that and then saying this?
And I'm like, why are you doing this? And I've asked multiple times. I've addressed it to that person head on. It's not true. You know it's not true. Because if it was a thing, then I would have just got down when the energy was being thrown out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm not being clear.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're never going to be clear enough for people who already have their minds made up about what it means. You're never going to be clear enough for people who fill in the blanks. You're never going to be clear enough for that.
And I'm gonna share a lot more. Y'all do know that I've been pursuing music since I was 11 years old. So I've been in studios. I've had this energy before, and some of it has been crazy, but it wasn't even like that. That's why I wasn't afraid. Like, oh my God, it's here. It wasn't that. It was just, yo.
I'm sorry. I just want to
for that. I do.
And I'm just sharing a lot more. Y'all do know that I've been pursuing music since I was 11 years old. So I've been in studios. I've had this energy before, and some of it has been crazy, but it wasn't even like that.
It wasn't even like that. Then what was it like?
That's why I wasn't afraid. Like,
you weren't afraid, but you were nervous.
Oh my God, I'm scared. It wasn't that. It was,
you weren't scared. Again,
just, yo, it's okay to be freaky. If that's what you are, like, it's okay.
Okay, so why did you say that nobody should respect Mel because of what she did, which you deem is freaky?
Hey, I'm one too, but it wasn't that.
So you're a freak too. So you're a freak and she's a freak, but somehow, the insinuation is being made that Mel and Martell were trying to groom you, but specifically Mel, right?
You know, I'm married, engaged, or whatever at the time. Like, it wasn't that. That's just it. But don't sit here and try to make me be this person and make me live in a lie. And you can't live in your truth. Like, let's stop.
Okay, so don't try to say I'm fucking Martell when you can't admit that you was sucking Martell's dick when y'all was married. Girl, what? If we really break it down, the shit don't make no sense. And it's given, you threw that out there because you was mad at Mel, period. I don't know. Maybe it's because you really wanted to be with her and she rebuffed you. Maybe it's because she doesn't want to be friends with you anymore, because she doesn't want to be close to you anymore, that you're acting like some jealous ex that's being vengeful and vindictive and spiteful and trying to hurt the person because they don't want to deal with you anymore. That's what this feels like. Because how are you going to get up on stage and say, were you sucking dick in front of everybody? That should have, these people should have never seen that. That's why they don't respect you. And then turn around and say, I'm a freak too. It's fine. It just wasn't on that type of time. You need to pick which road you want to go down.
I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
Yeah. So there's just, like I said, there's a couple of reasons why I don't think that's going to be a thing. I don't think the defamation lawsuit is going to be a thing, because you have to prove that it's not that person's character. Like, they wouldn't do something like that. They wouldn't approach you and try to get you on some freaky stuff. Nobody said
that. I stay around energy like that. I'm going to address this key love. I stay around energy like that. Have you been around friends and you've had situations that you were maybe like, I don't like that, or whatever the case may be? That doesn't mean, hey, I'm gonna cut my friends off. It's just a no. Like, do you want to do my hair tonight? Nope. Are you gonna come out here and go out with me tonight? Nope. I'm not gonna do it. It's just a no. It's just a no. It's just real simple. Doesn't mean, like I said, Keela, listen to the context. I wasn't afraid. It wasn't a crime. I just wasn't, it was a no.
So you weren't uncomfortable. They tried you and you just said no. Then why are we talking about it? Why are we talking about it? Why did you throw it out there like that? What was the point of that? To prove what? I'm not fucking Martell because when y'all tried to have a threesome with me, which you can't tell us when they tried to have a threesome with you specifically, but in your mind, they were trying to have a threesome with you. And for you, I can't possibly be fucking Martell because then I would have said yes to the threesome. Y'all, that doesn't even make sense. That's what she's saying. But that doesn't even make sense because I can want to fuck your man and not want to fuck you. I can want to fuck your girlfriend and not want to fuck you. The fuck?
No.
And so that's I'm going to transition the conversation just a little bit. So I do want to finish what I'm saying.
Sorry, my bad.
No, I want to finish what I'm saying because I do think there needs to
No, she needs to talk. You talk too fucking much talking about sorry. Let her get it out sometimes.
A little bit of clarity. The thing is, because I think if you just take your dub in the court of public opinion, go for it with that. I believe in giving grace until people don't give you an option but to do something else. There's grace in the court of public opinion. In real court, it's not going to work out like this. In real court, the people that she's holding back, they have reached out to her and said, hey, you're not crazy because that thing happened to me too. Those people are coming.
Oh, okay. So now we're insinuating, because this is what it sounds like from old girl over here. So now we're insinuating that more people are going to come out and say that Mel and Martell tried to coerce them into a threesome. Is that what we're going to hear? Is that what you're saying?
Hold them back in real court. So this is grace. This is the grace piece. Now, here's the piece where I say you've got to learn. I think when you're dealing with someone and you're dealing in a situation where there is a ton of skill at switching the conversation, at taking it and saying it's this most salacious thing and then transposing it onto what you said, when somebody is skilled at that, you have to be careful about.
Who are you talking about? Because Destiny did that. Am I confused, y'all? Did she not just explain what Destiny did?
The word you use. Like you have to think 25 times. You can never, the truth is you can never be so angry that you just start flying off and saying what you're saying. You can't afford to do that in this sector, even if it's a part of your job. You just can't afford to. You have to be very calculated. You have to be just as calculated as the person you're dealing with. Now, you're not going to be as good at it because you don't have as much practice with it. And that's the truth. If you are a person, if I'm counseling you and you are a person in a family system, this is why I support. I'm going to transition a little bit so that this can be something, a redemptive quality. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have a redemptive conversation. I have a love-hate relationship with this show. And there are times where I think there are things that are absolutely redeemable. There are times where I think like, gosh, there's some redeemable stuff. And then there's times I'm like, ugh. But here's the lesson. The lesson in this is if you're dealing with somebody who's really skilled with smoke and mirrors and shifting things, I really encourage you not to have communication with them at all. That's my honest feedback.
You kept trying to be friends with her, even to this last season when you were mouthing how much you loved Mel.
Therapist. I'm gonna say this as a therapist.
No, it's crazy for somebody to get up here and say that somebody wanted them when the whole reason why you were mad at Mel is because she was no longer talking to you. Make it make sense.
When I am working with people who are dealing with people who are really skilled at shifting narratives, what I'm really telling them is don't engage. You will not win. They have way more practice than you. And you will be looking and thinking, there's no way that the rest of the family is going to believe this. And guess what? They will. That's why I tell you all
manipulation, smoke screens, smoke and mirrors, all that stuff. If that's how they communicate, and you're a person like me, they just kind of just say it off the cuff. Yeah.
You're a novice. You will never, ever, you're not going to win in these conversations. I'm just going to tell you that. They will go lower than you ever can. They're more calculated. You're not going to win.
When did Mel go low? Because to me, accusing somebody of grooming is as low as you can go. I feel like the therapist is actually explaining Destiny, even though they're acting like they're talking about Mel.
Now you will have people who, because they've been on the receiving end of it, they'll recognize it. They'll be like, this looks too familiar. You'll be like, no. Now you'll recognize it. Now those people, you'll be able to reason with, but for the most part,
WYW, exactly. And I even had a smile on my face when I said it. So people should know that I wasn't being like, oh, I'm scared. But anyway, sorry, I'm having a conversation.
No, we felt like you had a smile on your face because you were not serious, but you still put it out there like that. And you were very serious when you were saying that nobody should have saw that and everybody doesn't respect Mel and she should have been ashamed and all of that shit. When you said all of that, you were very serious. But to me, your smile to Martell was the fact that you and Martell had succeeded with slut shaming Mel again. What I feel like I have seen repeatedly from Martell is Martell trying to defame and degrade Melody's character and say she's a whore and all of this, but it's always shit that she did with him. How are you as the other party gonna call your wife nasty and a whore for doing this shit with you? They're not using examples of Melody outside of her marriage. They're both using examples of Mel in the confines of her marriage doing something nasty or, wild, and acting as if that means that she's out here being a predator. That's what it sounds like to me.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, the thing is, I think this is what ends up happening when you're dealing with somebody who's better at this than you. You will have to sit up and explain the technicality of a word, and people will miss the whole point. Because you'll be over here like trying to explain.
No, we asked you for a real example of when you felt like they were trying to groom you, and you used an example where you weren't even there. You weren't even there. That was not an example of you being in an uncomfortable situation with Melody and Martell because you were not there. If you can give us an example of when something was said or physically done to you that was really a signifier that somebody was trying to coerce you or make you feel uncomfortable, we will be having a different fucking conversation. Because I don't care how much I like anybody. If I find out you out here doing some shit like that, bitch, I don't want no pause. I don't want no pause.
Technicality of a word, and what you were really saying is, yeah, I've been freaky. You're a closet freak. That's it.
I say mine out loud, but you won't.
I just think y'all some swingers. That's all that was said.
Why are we just now? First of all, so y'all think they were some swingers, but they weren't swinging with you. And you tried to make it seem as if they were coercing you. So they're just swingers. Coercing you or swing? Girl, which one?
That's all. And like I said, this wasn't even the funny thing is, this wasn't even the thing. This wasn't even the conversation that she had the most trepidation about. This wasn't even the conversation.
So this is now the second time that the therapist has brought up that Destiny and her had a conversation prior to the clip coming out about something that she had trepidation about discussing. But it wasn't this. So that leads me to believe that Destiny is holding something else about Mel in her back pocket. That's what that gives me. So there was something worse that happened. Put it out on the table. Don't just insinuate that somebody is a predatory groomer and you weren't really scared. Don't just say that. Oh no. Tell us what else happened. What other people were hitting up Destiny telling her that they experienced coercion from Mel and Martell? Be fucking real. Don't get up here and insinuate that shit and then actually not come through with the real words of it.
So I don't know. And truth be told, they didn't even talk about everything that happened in the limo. If we were to take it there won't be a defamation lawsuit, y'all.
Neither one of these people were in the fucking limo, but they telling us about what happened in the limo.
There won't. So, and right, Divine Fam, if you can't ground people in reality, you can't even have a real conversation with them. You can't.
So we needed to have Melody be honest about whatever freaky shit she's done with her husband when they were together in order for what to happen. And in order for us to not believe that Destiny was fucking him too? Is that right? Oh, okay.
You can't. So for those of you who are like arguing with people who can talk you right out of what you just heard and what you're looking at, y'all don't think it's a reason people get in these things and they tell you what to think about it?
Before you even see it?
Y'all don't think there's
before you even know that it's even coming?
Before it's even coming? I just think.
So Mel doing a video about, first of all, it wasn't doing a video before it even came. There was something already posted online about Mel grooming Destiny. That is what Mel got up here and did a video about. Why are you trying to act like she was trying to get in front of something when it was already out? Because it had been said in the description. We didn't actually need to see the clip in order to know that you accused her of that.
The network, I'm trying not to talk too much about the network. To me, like I said, the issue that I had, and I said this last week, is you can't put a word out like that with no context. And then you delete the scene. So you left it with no context. I'm like, it just doesn't seem, none of this makes any sense to me at all.
What don't make sense? Are you like, to me, you sound so confused because you keep saying you can't just throw that word out there, baby. Destiny is the one that threw the word out there. You understand that, right?
And then you prove to people that they can produce your show better than you do. The thing is, if you give a mouse a cookie, they're going to want.
Oh, that's Carlos shade? Is that what that is?
Glass of milk. This is not going to stop, y'all. It's not going to stop. I don't even understand what they're thinking. It's weird. We don't know what's going to show next week. So that's why I say you got to hold off on some of this stuff. And next week we'll talk more candidly, I guess, about what's going on.
If you can. It was funny to me how the therapist is more emotionally invested than Destiny is. Almost as if Destiny, almost as if she's in some type of narcissistic relationship with this woman. Because this woman is giving, like, I'm barking on your behalf. And I'm talking out of both sides of my neck because I'm condemning what you did. And at the same time, acting like it wasn't you that did it.
Now, let me go ahead and then, and somebody asked, do you think that this show represents Black excellence? Excellence? Probably no. Black reality? Yes. Yes. In reality, people come out here in these sectors and they say, if we don't like you and we think that you deserve to be abused, then we'll go up for it. That's reality. It ain't excellence, but that's reality.
Man, get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna end it right there because ain't nobody said nothing about abusing no fucking Destiny. Destiny was not even on the show and begged to come back. So if you was being abused so much, why did you ask to come back to a reality show that you got kicked off of? That don't even make sense. I can't even deal with the rest of that. Y'all can go and watch the rest of that if y'all want to, but the therapist energy is weird to me. The way I feel like she is working, like basically by proxy or something like that. Like, what is happening in this moment? Destiny is here and should be able to defend herself, but it seems as if the therapist has more energy to defend Destiny than Destiny even has to defend herself, which makes me wonder, what type of relationship do y'all even have? What type of relationship do y'all have? Are y'all fucking? What's going on? Because, I mean, the way the therapist is talking fast and out of both sides of her neck with all of this exasperation and confusion, when it seems very clear to me, Destiny is vindictive and spiteful, and she wants to be vindictive and spiteful towards Mel because Mel doesn't want to deal with her anymore. You add the fact that she gets attention from a reality show and a check on top of that, she's going to do the bottom of the barrel shit to keep that check, especially now that she knows that she could lose it if she doesn't. And y'all know she really don't like Carlos, and Carlos really don't like her. So yeah, we'll see what happens on tomorrow's episode of the reunion show part 3. Either way, I'm tired. And I've done my best. Now, I'm about to go get my nails done. And unless somebody come out and say what else happened in that limo, I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Okay? I'm tired of y'all. Just tell it then. Run it. Run it. Don't if it. Run it. Anyway. Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. I hope y'all have a good Valentine's Day. I'm going to have a good Valentine's Day. All right, y'all got to go get my feet done. I'll talk to